What's going on, beautiful people? So in this video we are going to talk about feeling outnumbered. What I mean by this is there's times in our life where we feel like we don't have the resources, we don't have the skills, we are not equipped to be able to do what we think that we want to do. But not always being able to trust on our own understanding and on leaning on our own understanding, leaning on what we know, but trying to lean on faith, trying to lean on knowing that God is going to make it happen. Because there's a story in the Bible about Gideon. Gideon had 32,000 soldiers. He had 32,000 soldiers. But slowly but surely, his soldiers get cut from 32,000 all the way down to 300. He goes from 32,000 soldiers to 300 soldiers. He has a very small army now. But somehow, some way, God is able to help this 300 soldiers win the war. They're able to do some trumpets, they're able to do some things, and lo and behold, the enemy ends up defeating themselves through that. So the story of this might actually be able to say that it's not our numbers, it's not what we do, it's not knowing that we're the most equipped, that we're the most talented, we're the most skilled, anything like that, but knowing that by faith alone we can do great things even if we are outnumbered. Because I think there's all these times in our life where we are going to feel outnumbered. You might not feel like you have the most skills in this area. You might not feel like you're most equipped to go into this field. But God is able to multiply the things that we can't believe, we can't see on our own. And I just want to encourage you today to be able to lean towards your faith. Lean towards your faith in God and not your own understanding in how this is going to happen. You know, we all have things that we want to do. We all have things that we want to strive in. But sometimes we can't see the path. We can't see the actual understanding of how this is going to be able to make it happen. How are they going to win with 300 soldiers? But God is going to take what you have, whatever that might be, and be able to multiply it by us just walking on the path and us just taking the step every single day to be able to walk on the path on where he is leading us, and he's going to get us to that victory. Because even yesterday there was this girl on a TikTok live stream, and she was talking about how when she was growing up she was very anxious, she was very stressed with public speaking, with being able to get up in front of everybody, with being able to do that. And she never felt like she had it in her. She never felt like she could do it. Same thing with Joel Osteen. He felt like he was stressed. He didn't want to do it. He never wanted to go up and pastor the church. But for the girl, she said that it was actually one of the things that she was best at. Once she started getting up there, once she started doing it more, she started realizing that she's actually pretty damn good at it. And she recently had a meeting where she had 30 people in there, and she was able to give the best presentation they've seen. They were all saying that she was really good, she was able to bring that, and now she makes TikToks where she's able to share the faith through that. Joel Osteen now has this big ministry where he's able to share the faith through that. They, at first, and also for me, man, I feel like at first I never really felt like somebody that was going to be able to get up here and be able to make videos like this, you know, do it up in public presentations. I never felt like I could do that, man. I felt nervous, I felt anxious when I had to go do that. But I think that God put something in us, and even though we feel outnumbered, even though we feel like we don't know how it's going to happen, if we continue to follow the path, he's going to lead us and be able to make and multiply what we have. Look at Joel Osteen, man. He's able to share the faith as best he possibly can when he never thought he was going to be able to do that. So if you feel like today you're outnumbered, if you feel like you don't have the resources, don't trust the numbers, trust your faith, and trust what God is going to do with anything that you have. It's going to multiply it. Just have faith. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day, week. Peace.